Turn with me to the book of John, chapter 4, and verse number 14. Of course, that is the story that happened in Sychar, where Jesus had gone to the well and met a woman. And there was a discussion that came up when Jesus said, I need some water to drink. And the woman said, how can you, a Jew, ask water from me, a Gentile? It's never done. But Jesus went forward to tell her, if you know the one who is here and asks you to give him water, oh, you would have been very glad. You would have actually been so grateful that there is such a one. And the discussion ended with Jesus saying that there is a water that I can give you. And if I give you that, you won't come back to the well. A very brilliant woman, she said, why not give me that so I won't be coming to fetch water anymore? I grew up partly in a village called Ihiala in Anambra State. And in those days, the only source of water was a valley which would have been about 70 feet below. Even if you hear the name, you will know how dangerous and hazardous it was going down there to get water. Anybody from here and here? It was called Osugudugudu. It was, the water was in the valley, the last part of the valley. We used to go there with buckets. You know, these days, when we pump water by just pressing a button, and the children are asked to fetch water from one bathroom to the other, it's an issue. Now I'll tell you. But I can tell you that we go there to fetch water early in the morning. If you're from here, I'll raise your hand again. You know who I'm talking about. If for any reason, and it's slippery, because it's caught on rock and also on mud, if you slip back and fall, you die. If you slip back, and you know as people go up, the water spills, so it gets more slippery, but you dare not sleep. I think it was one of the greatest things the mission did, because it was built, that cave was excavated, then down that valley, a borehole was built at the base. I think there was no other way they could have gotten water. Our Lady of Lord's Church, I still remember, even though it was many years, actually did that, so there will be a source of water. Let me tell you how hazardous it was. I had a little dog called Jimmy, and Jimmy used to go fetch water with me. And if you ever have dogs in the village, you know, they are excited when you go into the bush. On one strange day, we went very early in the morning. You know, you had to go like 2 times because, and being the last born, every other person had left, so I was the one. They had all gone to secondary school. I had to fetch enough sufficient water for my dad, my parents to shower and clean up before, I go to school. So you had to leave very early. Usually we leave as early as 5. Suffice it to say that you were also navigating around reptiles. I don't know how Ihiala is now, but in those days, we had a lot of snakes. So, some of you who grew up in Lagos would think life is just supermarket. But I'm telling you, many times you just realize that you almost marched on a snake. And you just It's regular to almost march on a snake. That's why I know God is awesome. Because almost is not marching on a snake. When you march on a snake, it will save its life. But when you almost, it will run away. With this my hand, I had gone to pick mango. 5 a.m. in the morning. That kind of mango is not in Lagos. It's not cherry mango. It's only in the east. We went picking, and as I grabbed one that the snake was also licking. It was so cold, I dropped it. It was the snake I dropped. That was the life, truly. So you had to go down. No, how do I explain it? It's so difficult to define, but you only see such things in scary movies. I don't know if it's still there. Is it still there? No, it will be there, just that people will be going there. Because the length of the valley would be perhaps from here to, let's say, 1 kilometer. So you can't cover it. But the depth, when you're down and you shout, Ifeoma, nobody will hear you. But that's where we were getting the water. One day my dog Jimmy went with me. I didn't know, because the dog likes to investigate, very inquisitive. That was the day we knew that to be very correct, to be accurate, it should be like 10-story building depth. But at that depth, there was another like 2-story building depth. That's a shallow, smaller one. And the dog fell inside there. Now I believe that, of course, dogs, all I needed to do was to keep calling Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. And as I kept calling, Jimmy kept tracing my voice. Of course, we were there for another 2 hours. And my father went to work late because we were looking for Jimmy. That must have been similar to the kind of place the woman was going to. Sometimes she would have gone there 5 times to wash clothes. You know, the Bible recorded she was marrying the 7th husband. We were not told how many children. maybe 17, maybe 28. She had to feed them. She had to prepare them. And they offer that I can give you water and you wouldn't need to come here again to fetch water. The woman said, if that's all I got here, that's good enough for me. And Jesus said, the water I will give you, it will become a well, just like the well you come to. It will be a well surging with fresh living water. And the Bible said he was talking about eternal life. It didn't say when you die you will have eternal life, but the church has changed it, that eternal life starts when you die. But Jesus said that eternal life is a life that I will give you. And the woman said, give me. My guess is as good as yours. Jesus gave the woman eternal life. If you just flip to the next page, John chapter 5.